Hi everyone. We will continue with convex mirror in today's session. And so the image formations of the convex mirror, and I also talk about the uses of mirrors in ophthalmology. So let's get started. Um, for the convex mirror, the rules are so similar like that of concave mirror, just that the convex mirror is virtual. So just some little difference that that you notice between the convex and the concave mirror. I mean, in terms of the rules anyway. So now we said what makes a convex mirror because the reflecting surface is outside, as I said in the last video. So this is a convex mirror. And so the reflecting surface is outside and the non-reflecting surface is inside. I see. So of course, they also have the same parts of those. It's the last time. So there's a pole, of course, there's a focal point, and there's the top of the drop. You saw twice the pole. Now, we consider two positions for the convex mirror. If W is at infinity, remember I said in the last video that if W is at infinity, the wave that will be coming from those objects will be parallel. So we have those parallels that come from infinity. That means W is at infinity. That's the first one. Okay. Okay. I know we said once the okay, just please let me put the oh, no, said from the rule of concave mirror, which I said is also applies there. Anyway, that is parallel to infinity. Once they hit the mirror, it will be reflected as if it's coming through the focal point. So it's going to bounce back like that to get so and yeah. So you have to break it back. So that's why the convex mirror to virtual point sort of a thing. Because when it bounces back by the mirror, you have to separate it back. Because the others a focal point and center of point is backtrack, so the convex mirror. So also for the other one too, for the second, because you need to raise the from image. So see conform from infinity, once you hit the mirror, it's going to be reflected as if it's coming through the focal point. So um you put your arrows, then you take it back. So I used to where the image is located. So the image is, because we extrapolate the rays, the image is vector. It's just cause extremely small. Just like we said, for the concave mirror at infinity was a wheel. So because we didn't establish, so this is vector and it's extremely small and located at the focal point of the mirror. So that's the complete diagram for the object at infinity for the convex mirror. Now the second one is that irrespective of the locations of the objects. So after the infinity bond, so this is the last one for the convex mirror. Of course, there are two ways to draw it. So yeah. So irrespective of the locations of the object, aside from the one at infinity. So the image is still the same. I can see. That's why we're even putting focal points there. So you cannot say that the object is at the C or something, or it's outside C like we did for the mountain. So clean up to any place where the object is located. Right. So we come from that type of objects. Input objects. We come from type of objects. Um, prior to pieces. Again, it will be reflected as if it's coming through the carbon. So when you fit it, it's when you extrapolate it, has to um go to the carbon. Okay, so you have to eyeball it and put your arrows. Right. So the other one from the top of the object, when you pass to the stop corrector, but on the bit, so it's going here. So you have to eyeball it so that you know where to put it. Where is your pencil central? And then you just extrapolate that. When you put your arrow, that's going to be bounced back around the same path. So this is where the image will now be. That's where the image will be. So these are image. And so the nature of the image is because the images they are extrapolated. So the image is very short, and the actual image will be red, really red, and it's diminished, and it's located between the F and the P. That's the location of the image. So between the F and P. This is the pole of the mirror. This is very important. It's actually the mirror that is used as a side mirror in car. Can imagine where they said the object appears closer than the heart because the image is always within the focal points, so it's between the F and the P. And then also the principle behind the optometry. So you can also draw this convex mirror because again, when I was showing us the concave mirror that time, I said there are different trays you can use. There's another one in a kitchen that I'll show us the diagram. I don't have to use um the ray that is part of the spaces. So let's know that now. Then you have to put your long version for this. So we are expected to be drawing it as we are seeing the diagram. All right, so it's the same diagram like compound, so it's the header of the two work. So I just to show so that you understand why you can use multiple ways to for a convex mirror. Now, so the first one here, top one, we use the ray that was coming from the top of the jet and it's parallel to its passes. And then now I'm passing to the center of curvature, right? But this time around, I want to change my mind. We are not using that again. I want to use a ray from first object, but not parallel. It's going through the focal point. So it's supposed to go like this. You get, so because it's hit the mirror, it's going to become parallel. Remember the rays I will talk about when we're talking about the concave mirror that you can also use a ray that pass to the focal point. Any ray that pass to the focal point will become parallel. So this is the principle we are applying here. So I go back to the previous video to check that. So it's the same. The principle we are applying here is go through the focal point, but it's not be because is the focal point is vector. So once you hit it will become parallel. So you now extrapolate it to the focal point. Normally it will continue like that and then go to the focal point, which is the vector point. Will not become parallel when you hit the mirror, get. And then the other one will pass to, of course, will also pass to the center of curvature undeviated. Okay. I will pass and reflected around the pattern. So hypothetically, we actually we don't need to put this. So to form the image, just extrapolate the one that was parallel when it hit the um mirror. I was going to go to the focal point, you extrapolate backward. The parallel, make sure it's parallel as the plate with to meet the other one that passes the set of points, and then the image will also be there. That's it, the image is still virtual, right? And then of course it's diminished and it's located between the head and the pole. So these are the two ways of drawing for the convex you know, again, can you see, you can either use ways that is parallel to this is reflected as if it's coming through the focal point, and then join it with the one that passes the set of curvature undeviated. Or you bring the two ways that are coming obliquely, that one will be going through the focal point, it will not become parallel. So because we said any way that passes the focal point become parallel. So because the focal point is virtual, that's why when they hit the will become parallel. Okay. And then the other one passes the center of curvature and will be reflected along the same path. You can see the arrow here. So when you now separate those that parallel way, I was going to the focal point backwards. They are going to form an image there. And so that's why the image will still be virtual, erect and diminish. Tho- Those are the diagrams for the convex mirror. All right, so now the next thing is just to quickly talk about the use of mirrors in ophthalmology. And then one of the first uses is when you're when you're doing visual acuity testing. And the visual acuity testing, let us only have a short room. The room is up to 6 meters. And then the you have a 3 meter room. So just put the patient on one side of the wall and then put the snelly chart beside the patient. Maybe it's on top of the patient's head or beside the patient. And then you put the mirror 3 meters away in front of the patient. So that way the snelly chart, the rays come from there will go to the mirror, and then the image of that snelly chart will be formed 3 meters behind your remember the object distance and the image distance is equal in linear. So this time around the object distance, which is the snelling chart from the mirror, is 3 meters. So the image distance to will be 3 meters behind the mirror. So indirectly 3 plus 3, 6 meters. That means patient will actually be checking that image of the snelling chart 6 meters away. And so that is one of the use of mirrors in ophthalmology. The other one is optical correction that we use mirror as a reference mirror. Even bonoscopy, we use a plane mirror for indirect bonoscopy, and then the ophthalmoscope, put direct and indirect. The operating microscope, the slit lamp microscopy, and then has low vision height in some cases. All these, when we get to the instrument, we understand the optical diagram. Thank you.